guys, for this video I'll be touching on the topic of breakfast, as I believe that not many people understand the relevance of that first meal of the day, and I'll be preparing an easy on the go option which is called overnight oats. So let's get into it. Okay guys, these are the ingredients that you'll be using to prepare overnight oats. When preparing overnight oats, you can either use a glass mason jar that you can purchase from any retail store such as IAM or More Life, or you could simply reuse an old jar that you may have in your cupboard from purchasing tomato paste or whatnot from the grocery store. Here I have my Greek yogurt, I have 1 banana, some natural peanut butter that is an optional ingredient, some dried cranberries, some chia and ground flaxseed, some sliced almonds, of course my rolled oats, some water, and we are ready to begin. So when we are preparing our overnight oats, we will first put in our rolled oats. Now it don't have to be rolled oats that you use. You could also use regular quick oats if you wish. So we put in our oats, which is approximately 1 cup, into our jar. Then we will put some water in the oats, not too much water, just enough to soak the oats. Then we will put our Greek yogurt in. Now some persons prefer, like my sister, prefer to mix the Greek yogurt into the oat mixture, but I personally like to see layers, so I'll just put the Greek yogurt on top, then I'll add in my other ingredients. Welcome back. Your breakfast is very important. Reason being is because it kickstarts your metabolism, thereby providing your body with the energy that it needs to do whatever you do during the day. You get energy from your 3 macronutrients, which I would have mentioned in my very first video: your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your fats. If I have to compare energy from these 3 different macronutrients to different types of fuel, I would say that carbohydrates are like your premium gas. It burns quickly, and this is the #1 go-to source for energy. Protein is like your unleaded gas. You have it available, but you don't really want to use it. It wouldn't be your first choice. And fats are like your fossil fuel because it takes a while longer to burn, but it goes a really long way. Our body needs energy in order to perform the various functions throughout the day. This in part is not only the reason why it is important that we have breakfast, but that we have good quality breakfast for the day. So for example, I know it have some persons that think that having fruits for breakfast is a very healthy breakfast. Fruits have a lot of sugar in it. So in essence, when you're consuming fruits alone for breakfast, you're not getting much variety in your meal, and instead you're getting a lot of sugar in your meal. Now if it is that you substitute or you include fruits with your breakfast, then you'll also be getting other nutrients from various sources. So for example, the oats provide a good source of fiber, and it also goes a long way in lowering your cholesterol. The almonds that would have been used in overnight oats is a good source of fats. The Greek yogurt that was also placed in my overnight oats is a good source of protein. And the chia and the flaxseed have a lot of minerals and vitamins in it that will also help go towards a very nutritious meal. Now there are other options that you can choose. This is just an easy meal that I would have showed that you can, if you are very busy, you can prepare. You could even prepare this for 2 or 3 days in advance. Now, the way that my overnight oats was prepared is one of my preferences, but this is such a flexible on the go option that you can actually put in your own choice of fruits, your own choice of yogurt, and you don't even need to include your fruits in on the same day before you put it in the fridge. The next morning, because as it suggests, it's overnight oats, so when it's made, you put it in the fridge until the next morning, you grab and you go. The next day you can put in your fruits if you don't like soggy fruits. Breakfast is actually one of my favorite meals for the day because it doesn't have to be a regular conventional breakfast. If you do not like this overnight oats option, you can also prepare your oats as a smoothie. You could do the traditional way where you just put the oats, hot water, some almond milk, some cranberries, raisins, almonds, whatever you want to put on it. You can make it your own. It is not something set in stone that you have to do just milk and oats alone and some cinnamon and that's it. It is something that you could tailor for your taste. You could also make oat pancakes where you just grind up the oats and you make it into a flour. Now, if you don't like oats at all, if that's completely off the table, then there are some cereals that actually are really good for you. All you need to do is read your ingredients. Key thing when purchasing any product in the grocery, read the ingredients. Don't feel ashamed. Read the ingredients, read the sodium level, the sugar level, and whatnot. One of these that I personally like is the all-inclusive brand because it have almonds in it, it have chia seeds, it have flax seeds, and a lot of nutrition in it. Or you can also have hash browns and eggs in the form of an omelette or scrambled eggs. Now, some people worry about eating eggs as well in terms of it raising their cholesterol level. But really and truly, unless you're eating a dozen eggs a day, which I highly doubt, that is hardly unlikely that is going to affect your cholesterol that much. Now that I'm on the topic of eggs, I know that some persons are unsure of eating egg whites as opposed to eating the whole egg, which includes the egg yolk. Now, I will not advise or suggest that you completely leave out egg yolks because it actually contains fats that are good for the body as well, but in small doses. So, for example, if you are eating, let's say, 4 eggs, I could suggest that you eat 3 egg whites and 1 omega egg, which is the whole egg, thereby creating a balance. So you don't completely cut out the egg yolk, include it in your meal as well. Okay guys, so that is just some options that you can use for your breakfast. Now just remember to always get your breakfast in. You can always research other ideas. Pinterest is a good source of ideas as well if you're interested. And I'd like to thank you all for watching my video.